Hi friends, welcome to Examsdaily YouTube channel. Today in this video, I would like to share you about the TET Syllabus 2020 which will be conducted by Assam, and it is for the graduate teacher post, and I will explain you about the text pattern, syllabus and some of the extra things also. So I think it will be more useful for you, and before that don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and click the bell icon for more details. The first is about TED. First of all, we have to know what is TED examination. It is a teacher eligibility test. It is an examination which was conducted by central government and the state government to check the skills and capabilities and some of the things about the teacher. And the Department of Elementary Education of Assam has decided to conduct this teacher eligibility test for the post of graduate teachers, and they have released the notification regarding this, and they have also said that if you are applying for this, you should be a permanent resident of Assam, and the written examination will be tentatively on 10/1/2020, so that is on next year. So please don't be lethargic about this. Even after next year, only 1 month out there, so you have to be prepared with your exam pattern, syllabus, duration and some of the things, and I will explain you about this. The first is about TET exam pattern. The TET examination will be of 2 papers. It will be covering the syllabus from class 1 to class 8. They have divided that into 2, that is of class 1 to 5 is 1 paper and class 6 to 8 is 1 paper. So you can check through it, and the paper 1 will be of lower primary and the paper 2 will be of upper primary from mathematics and science or social science. So based on your selection and based on your choice, the questions will be asked. The next is about exam pattern, that is they have given the subject and the number of questions and the marks also. So first is subject, child development pedagogy, that is which is very compulsory for every candidate, and in that field 30 questions will be asked and 30 marks will be given. So you have to be very prepared of that. And next is about language 1. Language 1 is local language, that is they have given some of the language, that is Assamese, Bengali, Hindi, Bodo, Manipuri, Garo, Nepali, Karbi and Hamar, and based on this you have to compulsorily select any one of that, and we having 30 questions and 30 marks will be given. And the next is about language 2, English language, which is very compulsory because every teacher should have the English knowledge, so only you will be teaching the students. For that 30 MCQs, that is multiple choice questions, and 30 marks will be given. And the next is about mathematics. In that also 30 questions and 30 marks. For environmental studies the same. So totally 150 questions, and each questions carry 1 marks and 150 marks will be given for all the questions. So negative marking will also be having, and the question paper will be in the pattern of bilingual only, in English and in the local language, that is Hindi. So you can apply for this and you can write this. And the paper 2, that is upper primary mathematics and science or social science, this will also covering the child development and pedagogy, that is a compulsory question. So you will be having 30 marks, and for language 1 30 marks, and for language 2 also 30 marks. And for mathematics and science teacher, that is mathematics and science, you will be having 60 questions and 60 marks. And for social studies teachers, social studies will be asking, and based on that field only you will be asking the questions. So 60 MCQs and 60 marks will be given. So for this also totally 150 questions and 150 marks will be given. And the next is about minimum marks for qualifying in Assam TET. For this examination, you should be having a minimum mark percentage. For general category, it is 60%, that is 90 marks is essential. And for SC, ST, Hills, ST Plain and OBC, MOBC, PWD category candidates, 55% will be is an essential one, that is of 83 marks is essential. So you have to be very aware of that, and please start to study from now itself. And the syllabus. The Assam TET syllabus have been given in the fields of child development and pedagogy and language, mathematics and social science. So I will explain you. The first is about child development and pedagogy. This is a TET examination, that is a teacher eligibility test, so that you should possess and you should have the knowledge of handling a student and you are the next mother for them, so you should be having this types of questions also. And child development and pedagogy is nothing but the method and practice of teaching, especially as an academic subject or theoretical concept. This is pedagogy. So you will be asked in that field. The first will be in the field of dimension of child development, so you will be molding them, so dimensions for child development, and theories of learning also will be given, and adolescence, because you should be having the knowledge and skill to handle them. And about factors influencing child development and process of learning. So in this fields and in this fields they will be covering the questions also. And the next is about evaluation and classroom management, because you should thought not only the questions and answers, you should not only thought the knowledge and something else, you should be aware of them, and you should thought them to be socializing. And the next will be of concept of child centered teaching and competency based teaching. And next is individual differences, common behavioral programs of problems of children and personality, and the process of children from a diverse concept, because you are a teacher and you should possess some of the qualities to be make the students interested in classroom, and you should possess some of the things also. So they will be asking based on this type and based on this field only. And the next is about language. It is to test your skill of local language. So if you are very well known about the language, you will be able to communicate with the students, so it will be more useful, and it will be intimating you also. In the examination, the candidate has to choose any one of the language. They have given Assamese, Bengali, Hindi, Bodo, Manipuri, Garo, Nepali, Karbi and Hamar. So from these, any of this you can choose any one of that. And you will be having the questions like normal competitive exams like. And first is about sentence pattern, so you have to know the sentence pattern, so only you will be having a profession knowledge in local language. And next is about the elements of language, the preliminary concept of language functions. They will be asking about the history and the evolution of that language, and the connections and linking words, so you have to know about that also. And the next is about synonyms, antonyms in speaking, reading and writing, so that one day you will be having the knowledge to communicate with the students. So your proficient knowledge of speaking, reading and writing the local language will also be tested. And next is about vocabulary development, structure of the sentence, so you have to have the skill of developing a word into a paragraph. And next is about methods, that is approaches, methods, technique and strategies which you will be using, so that will be also having the questions. And articles and determiners, in articles and determiners you will be having some of the old articles which was given by popular writers and some of things. So next is about verbs and phrases, because if you are having a knowledge, you should have a high skill and professional knowledge in grammar also, so verbs and phrases also asked. And next is about the learning, and next is of parts of speech, it will be covering the grammar part. In the language section itself, continuous and comprehensive assessment, assessing the 4 skills, that is listening, etc. So next is about jumbled words and sentences, and teaching learning materials in English, punctuation, contracted form and development of 4 skills, that is listening, speaking, reading and writing. So this will be for local language and for English also, so the same pattern will be for English and local language, so you can be preparing based on this exam pattern, so it will be more useful for you. And next is about mathematics, it will be of paper 2 right, so you will be to test your knowledge. If you are a mathematics teacher, you will be having this type of questions. First is number system, which is a basic and an essential one. And next is about money and integration of ICT in teaching mathematics, and introduction to graph and data handling, numbers, integration of ITC in teaching mathematics, fractions and algebra also. So you have to have a proficient knowledge in this field, because it is a basic, and through that basic only students will be having knowledge and they will be going for higher studies, so it is very important. So you should have a proficient knowledge in that, so only you will be able to teach them also. And socially applicable mathematics, it will be covering of profit loss and ratio proportions like that field. And next is about data handling, and geometry and mensuration will be having also. And next is about social science. Based on your selection, you will be choosing any of this, right? So in the field of social science, you will be having history, political science, geography, and economics. In history, you will be having of medieval age and after last medieval age, and freedom fighters. Like this only you will be having in history. It will also cover world history and Indian history. So please be ready for everything. And next is about the political science, and they will be asking the questions of evolution of politics and in India and in world, and the present politicals, and it will be also covering the constitution also. So please be ready for everything. And next is about geography. In geography, they will be asking the questions of weather, climate, about world and the integration, about Indian and both in world. So please be thorough in both world history and Indian history, and please be aware of about world politicals and Indian politics, and about world geography and Indian geography. And next is about economics. So you will be asking the question of normal economics, Indian economy, and the evolution of economy and the development of economy also. So please be aware of that thing, and please study all over, and please cover every subject also. It will be more useful for you. And that's all for all the syllabus, and it is the pattern for everything. So good luck for your examination, and do your best and start to study from now itself. It will be more useful. And please aware of that thing, and please understand your subject and read it. So if you are having any doubts, please do in the comment section. And if you think this video is useful, don't forget to like our video and share it and subscribe it. And don't forget to click the bell icon for more details. Thank you.